Tabloids and gossip outlets made many believe that her break from the spotlight was over a man, but it turns out Selena was actually battling lupus disease, a major reason for her long battle with depression and anxiety. She went through difficult treatments and chemotherapy, after which she checked into rehab to help her overcome depression. In that moment of being critically ill and not being confident enough to share it with the world, everything seemed to be going downhill for the actress and music star. But from what we've seen today, Selena is on a mission to remain relevant and an inspiration to many people struggling with their mental health. This shows that no matter your status in life, whether you're a celebrity or just a regular person, there's a time in our lives when everything seems to be falling apart, and our minds might be filled with many questions, especially how to get out of this seemingly endless dark hole. Thankfully, Selena's triumph can serve as an inspiration to many of us. And although some of her struggles might not entirely be similar to ours, her experience should be able to tell us how to come out strong from our current struggles. So how did Selena pull through her dark moments, and how can it be helpful to us? The first thing to learn from her is to identify what's wrong. This can be very challenging because specifically pointing out the things that have turned your life upside down can be very difficult. It's difficult to imagine that something in your life isn't working as expected. It kind of makes you feel flawed and exposed. Selena struggled heavily with her mental health. She suffered from anxiety, depression, and panic attacks. And while it might seem the stress of being in the spotlight was getting to her, there seemed to be more than meets the eye. Several years back, the actress was diagnosed with lupus, a disease that causes the body's immune system to attack its own tissue and organs. This turned her entire life upside down, and for her, things were never going to be the same again. For you, it might not be a critical illness, it might be the loss of your loved one, losing your job, or poor performance in a school test. Whatever it might be, your depression is valid, but you should still identify the situation that's contributing to your depression. Identifying the true problem and cause was something that removed Selena from the denial phase, where you hang out if you don't want to believe that this is actually happening in your life. This step makes it possible for you to accept that this is your current situation. In that position, you're finally able to prepare to work towards overcoming it. Like Selena said,
instead of, keeping it in, I find that the biggest reward is letting it go.
But how will you let go of something that you refuse to accept it's currently happening in your life? The next step is to take time off. This doesn't mean you're giving up on your passions and responsibilities. Instead, you set some things aside in order to get yourself back to the point where you feel confident and genuinely interested in doing the things that matter to you. Despite the backlash, Selena canceled the remaining performances for her 2016 Revival tour after she suffered a mental breakdown that left her feeling like she wanted to die. Her former assistant revealed on Selena's newly released Apple TV Plus documentary that at one point she's like, "I don't want to be alive right now, I don't want to live." So what she did was take some time away from performing and work through getting all of the help and support she needed. This is especially important after you've already identified what makes you feel like things are falling apart around you. Taking time off helps you clear your mind and see things in a different light. So if it's a chaotic relationship, stress from work, or the general state of the world that causes grief and emotional mental stress, take time away from it all. Take a break from your relationship, ask for leave from your workplace, hang out with friends and loved ones, or go to the park by yourself or with friends and have a great time doing fun things. This allows you to decompress and free yourself from the shackles of your struggles. At the end of the day, you can see things more brightly and remember the things that truly matter in the long run. This gives you the strength you need to keep going. Don't let the pressure of dealing with your responsibilities cause you to overlook your mental health or the need to take a break, because at the end of the day, being mentally and emotionally healthy comes before everything. The next step is to get help. As much as you're willing to take time off, you should also seek and accept help, especially when dealing with an issue that feels beyond you. Once Selena cut short her tour, she immediately checked into rehab where she discovered she was bipolar. And although it wasn't easy, the treatment helped her get better to an extent. And over the years, she'd checked into about 4 rehabs for treatment. Selena described her time at the treatment center as difficult, saying, "I didn't want to go to a mental health hospital. I didn't want to. But I didn't want to be trapped in myself in my mind anymore." She realized that if she was ever going to escape her pains and come out strong, she had to be willing to seek and accept help. Being in a difficult time can be very consuming. We tend to think that no one would understand what we're going through, not even our close friends and family who care about us a lot. But don't count them out. They can still be a great source of help with their words of encouragement and support. They can help you decide on the best approach to your struggles, but if you genuinely feel like no one can really help you, seek the help of professionals who have spent considerable parts of their lives training to help people get back on their feet. Then, understand that life sometimes doesn't go as planned. By a certain age, we expect certain things in our lives to fall into place. Some of us want to be married, have the best job, make a ton of money, travel all around, and have many other pleasant experiences. But life will sometimes be life. Life does its thing and throws you off balance. Selena's love life has been at the center of attention for years, from her relationship with Nick Jonas to Orlando Bloom, and then her on and off romance with Justin Bieber, all of which didn't work out for one reason or the other, especially since the media made it look like she was a complete failure for not being able to keep a man. According to E! News, at one point she even felt bad because she expected to be married at a certain age, and this made her feel stupid and that her world was over. However, she's since come to understand that life isn't always what you want it to be, and you don't always get what you want, and that whether she's in a relationship or not, she shouldn't direct her life to the expectations of others. She had the love, whether she's in a relationship now or not, and this has helped her move past any negative experiences. Either way, she's now focused on making positive experiences with her fans, family, and friends. You have to remember that as well, and simply put behind the things that didn't work and focus on the things that are beautiful in the moment, no matter how little they might seem. And finally, prioritize self-care. Self-care is becoming more popular these days as more people recognize how important it is to pay attention to their needs and things that generally improve their well-being. Oftentimes, people who are in their dark place tend to push aside the things that would typically make them happier and tag them as unimportant. According to Elle, Selena told Vogue, "I've had moments where I've been like, what's the point? Why do I keep doing this?" And the singer, who felt depressed by how her music was sometimes taken, added that it's hard to keep doing music when people don't necessarily take you seriously. In her position, someone in a depressive episode tends to feel like life isn't worth living, or that they don't believe they can recover from the low blow life has dealt them. But whatever the case may be, there is always a way out if you're willing to believe in yourself again. Selena recognized that if she didn't prioritize self-care, she couldn't keep going, telling Vogue, "I knew I couldn't go on unless I learned to listen to my body and mind when I really needed help. If you want to stay strong in difficult times, you must mentally, emotionally, and physically care for yourself. Neglecting these areas of your life make it extremely difficult to remain standing when things are bad. So prioritize and practice self-care by engaging in something that naturally brings joy to your soul. This isn't the same for everyone, but depending on what you like, you can draw, dance, write, go for a walk, watch a movie, enjoy a nice meal, or go to a spa, among many other things. And although it might feel like you wouldn't even enjoy this, you should still try, as it does help." For Selena, the things she enjoys is her acting and music. She's always found solace in her career as a singer, using it as a medium to express everything she feels. Her latest music, My Mind and Me, talks about her struggles with mental health and how she doesn't hate herself for it, instead seeing it as a way to inspire people with the same struggles. In addition to that, she decided to remove herself from things that can trigger her negatively, saying,
I decided I needed to change the things I was watching, so I decided to watch things that were really well written and beautiful and happy. I changed the music I was listening to. I wanted to listen to positive things. I wanted to feel like I could be inspired.
You can follow the same pattern, but it doesn't even have to be music. And if one thing doesn't work, don't feel discouraged. Instead, keep trying until you find what works for you. And yeah, trying self-care seems far-fetched and hardly makes any sense when you just want to shut down, but in order to stay strong and to have a healthier life, you have to try. And this is what counts. You can do it. I and Selena believe in you. What kept you going when things were falling apart around you? Tell us in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching.